Continuing with the Childhood Cancer Caucus today, I am seen with
Nancy Goodman.
So Nancy, I'd like for you to tell viewers your story of why you're here today.
Thank you. Well, I'm here because 3.5 years ago, my son Jacob died of a pediatric brain cancer. As you can imagine, it was just a devastating experience for me and my family. And what we learned through the experience is there is no drug development for kids with cancer. I mean, there are drugs developed for adult cancers, and sometimes we're lucky enough that these drugs have efficacy in children. But oftentimes, kids' bodies are different, their cancers are different, and they have needs for drugs that do not have efficacy in adult indications. So what do we do to get those drugs? Jacob died on a Tuesday, and Wednesday morning I opened up my laptop on my dining room table and I started a foundation, Kids vs. Cancer, whose mission is to find new drugs for kids with cancer.
Well, that's a really great efforts. My condolences to you and your family. And this is a hard topic, I must say, to ask someone, but I'm here today because I want to meet with folks like Nancy and Beth Ann and Donna and Tim, because education, even just to everyone out there, because you never know when you're going to be impacted by pediatric cancer. And so for folks to understand today of being more educated and knowing what the challenges are so that maybe they can speak for it or be an advocate in their community, to their congressional members, to speak on behalf of this.
Sure, that's right. And we assume, as I did before Jacob was diagnosed, that well, of course, people care about kids with cancer, and we're doing everything we can to develop drugs to save kids. And the crazy thing is we're not. We are profoundly underfunding pediatric cancer research. Okay. And because the markets are so small, no drug companies are going in to develop drugs for our kids. So what I did through my nonprofit Kids v. Cancer is to author and champion the Creating Hope Act. It's legislation that provides market incentives for life-saving drugs for kids with cancer and other rare diseases. We were really thrilled. This past July, President Obama signed it into law, and it was a very special moment for my entire community of pediatric cancer families. But we don't want to be a community only of families who've been individually touched with cancer. You know, we're a tiny, tiny community, and to make a difference, we need the support and we need the interest and participation of every American who cares about kids and who cares about sick kids.
I can see bring together on a national level awareness and what can we do together.
That's right.
Even folks who are not directly impacted.
We want you.
But just
we need you.
You never know when you're going to be impacted.
We really need you.
Sure.
And maybe you'll never be impacted, but maybe you just care about a sick kid. Sure. And there's so much to be done. If you go onto our website or our Facebook page in particular, we have lists of other organizations involved. We have descriptions of advocacy efforts that we're engaged in. We ask families to write their members of Congress, to oftentimes call their members of Congress.
Yes. So this is Kid vs. Cancer on Facebook?
That's correct.
And a website, I'm sure if they Google that or wrote it in.
Yes.
Okay, so they can find out more information,
Absolutely.
How they can be aware, be educated, and also spread the word to even more folks out there.
It makes a huge difference.
So, well, I just want to thank you, Nancy, for speaking with us today. I just think really important for myself to learn and for others to learn, and hopefully they will learn even more through seeing news how they can help with pediatric cancer and helping find treatments and funding.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nancy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Excuse me. Excuse me?
There are some things you can't control.
The weather.
The front page.
Cell phones ringing.
Traffic.
The stock market, obviously.
Hearing they love you.
Or they don't.
We're hearing the one thing no one wants to hear.
Cancer.
Okay, things you can control.
What you know before treatment.
Your options.
All the facts.
There's a high risk of infection during chemotherapy.
So don't let anything interrupt your fight against cancer.
Get prepared.
Get healthy.
Stay strong.
Stay well.
Talk to your doctors.
And go to manageyourtreatment.com.
There are some things you can't control.
But this, you honestly can.